Welcome. This is Nani from Nani's Little Darlings Reborn Nursery. And I was feeling rather springy today. I thought I should dress my dolls or babies in spring-like clothes. And as you can see, I've got three beautiful little girls here. This is the Avery kit. This is little Isabel, and she's got her little bonnet and really cute Winnie the Pooh like little overalls with little flowers and butterflies. And there's Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh. I love that little outfit. I think it looks so cute on her. It looks very springy. And of course, I've always loved bonnets. So you can see her wearing her sweet, cute little bonnet. There she is. We don't see babies with bonnets nowadays very often. So it's kind of nice to dress our babies in little bonnets. And little Isabel is wearing little white shoes, patent leather shoes, and they have little hearts on them, as you can see, and lavender socks to match her little outfit. So anyway, this is Isabel, and she was my very first reborn that I ever got. So she's pretty special. I did redo a few things on her because some of the paint wasn't exactly what I wanted, so I redid her painting a little bit, and I thought she turned out really cute. So anyway, there's little Isabel, and I've got, so she was, yeah, there's little Isabel. I've had her about 2 years, and here's my very first one that I painted, and her name is Violet. And oh, I love her little eyes and her little face. And yeah, she was the very first one I ever painted, and it was pretty exciting when I got finished with her. And her skin is a little darker. She's more of an ethnic baby, but she's wearing a little pink jumper with Peter Rabbit. The Peter Rabbit is peeking out of her pocket, as you can see, and she's got pretty flowers, little pink flowers with a I think there's like pink flowers, and it says Peter Rabbit, and there's pink flowers and very soft pink, which I love on babies. And anyway, I think she looks just precious in that little outfit. So she looks very springy, I think. So there's little, and her name is Violet because when I bought her, the lady I bought the kit from sent all sorts of clothes that were kind of in a lavender color. So she became Violet, which I love that name. So there she is, and she's a preemie size, so she's like 17 inches. So she's pretty little, but she sure is nice to hold too. Every baby, whether they're a little smaller or bigger, they're all fun to hold in their own way. So anyway, and she's looking all around. I love her. She has kind of brownish eyes, and she loves to look around. So there's little Violet. And then I just recently painted this little girl over here with the bonnet. I've decided I'm going to name her Rose. Today I had her for sale, and I just didn't sell her. And I told my husband, I said, if she doesn't sell, I'm going to keep her. Because I fell in love with her from the beginning when I first painted her. And I've got to show you the close-up of her. She's a very sweet baby. And she's got very rosy cheeks. Look at that. So I'm going to call her Rose. And I did paint her hair. She's the Precious Gift. Precious Gift. What is it? Sculpt. And I was debating what name to give her, and since she's got pink cheeks, I thought Rose would be just the perfect name. So there's little Rose. I want to introduce Rose to you. She's also wearing a bonnet with lots of lace. As you can see, all the lace. I love lace, babies with little lace. And she has a crocheted white sweater. And boy, whoever crocheted that, it had to be a lot of work, because I'm learning how to crochet, but you know, there are many different stitches that you have to learn. So anyway, but I found this sweater at a Goodwill or something. It was one of those treasures that I found that I just loved. So anyway, I want to introduce little Rose. And I did paint her hair. I'll show you. She's got painted hair. Oh, she's so cute. And she's got long eyelashes. But anyway, there she is. She's a Precious Gift sculpt by Cindy Musgrove. And as you can see, her hair, it's very tricky to paint hair, but it's a work in progress, and I'm learning, and I love painting hair. So there she is. And she's a cuddler. She loves to cuddle a lot. She's a sleepy little thing. So I'm going to have so much fun with her. I'm glad I kept her. I had her for sale for like a month and a half on Reborns.com, and she didn't go. No, you know, nobody was real interested, and I thought the more I looked at her, the more I fell in love with her. So I suppose I was kind of bonding. I've kind of bonded with her. I bet she's beautiful. So, and I do use air dry paints from McPherson's, which I love using. And anyway, there's little Rose. So she's going to be a lot of fun because she's big, a little bigger. She's 20 inches. And I have a lot of baby clothes that fit 20-inch babies or dolls. So I'm really glad that I kept her. So far I have like 8 Reborn dolls, and I think I'm going to stop for a while, because otherwise I'm going to have a room just for my dolls. But so she's beautiful. I love her lavender. She's wearing a little lavender top with little tiny purple flowers, and her little pants have polka dots on them. They're like little purple polka dots. And her little slippers, as you can see, oh, there are her little toes. Look at her little toes. I just love the way they curl. They kind of curl up. She's like the newborn. They're very newborn-like. Look at those little toes. I just love them. So, and she's got a lot of little wrinkles, a lot of little creases, which I love. I love about this sculpt. So anyway, but I was going to say she had little slippers. She has little slippers with little kitty cats on them. And they have like turquoise bows on their hair. The little kitty cats have turquoise bows. I just can't get over the cute things that we can find for babies nowadays. So there it is. There are her slippers. I'm going to put Rose back with her other sisters. Oops, I better check that we're still on camera, because I just moved the... yeah, we're still on camera here. It's a good thing. Alright, I better move it over just a little bit. And I've got a sweet little duck here to remind us of springtime. I always liked yellow, my favorite color. So he's a very soft, cuddly little duck. So he's here with the 3 little sisters. Anyway, I'm just enjoying having little girls. I have, like 4 little boys and 3 little girls. No, 4 little girls. So I have 4 of each, which is kind of fun. And I love painting. Since I started painting my own dolls, I just think it's so relaxing, and it's fun to see them come to life. But anyway, here they are, little Yeah, little Rose. And Rose is happy to be joining her other sisters here. Yeah, she was meant to be. I don't know about you all, if you ever feel that way, like a baby was just meant to be, that you wanted that particular reborn doll to stay with you. And that's kind of how I'm feeling with little Rose over here, that she was meant to be, and I'm glad I'm keeping her. Anyway, so today I wanted to do a tag. I watched the Strawberry Moon Reborns channel, and there's Lulu and Mr. B, and they had some questions, and really good questions about reborns and collecting and everything. So the first question is, can you remember where you were and how you felt when you held your first reborn? Well, I remember it was about 1.5 years ago or 2 years ago. This is my first baby here, my first reborn that I got. And I was at a doll show, and I went with my mom, and we happened to be walking around looking at the different tables. And all of a sudden, I saw these 4 dolls on this table, and my eyes just opened up so big. I could not believe how realistic looking they looked. And I think she had like 2 boys and 1 little girl on the table. And I instantly fell in love with them. And I kind of went around and looked at other things and everything. And then my mom said, you know, I had my mom come over and look at them, and she was amazed too. And she said, well, if you really would like to pick one out, that'll be my gift to you. So I was just thrilled. It was the first time I had ever seen a reborn, and I instantly fell in love with her. So my mom bought her for me. So she's very special. There's Isabel. She was my very first reborn that I bought. Anyway, and she means a lot to me because of that. Question 2, do you normally bond instantly with a new baby, or does the bond take a while to grow? I think I instantly bond with my reborns when I first get them. It's like if I got them, it's because there was a reason, and there was something I saw in them that I just loved. And so I instantly pretty much bond with them. And the bonding process kind of changes over time. Sometimes I feel closer to some of my reborns than others, but I keep them all, and then maybe 1 month I might feel really close to one particular reborn, and then another month I might feel close to another reborn. So I've kept all the dolls that I've made or bought. I've never sold any or traded or anything like that. So anyway, and I think over time we grow a deeper bond with our dolls. I think the longer we have them, the more attached we get to them. So anyway. So question number 3, have you ever had a baby that you loved to look at and really wanted to bond but couldn't? Well, I guess I answered that question. I've always bonded with all of my reborns, and each one is very unique, and that's what I love about each one. So I pretty much bond with all of them, and I don't feel bad if sometimes I interact with one more than the other, because I know over time they all get their turn. So, do you like to take your babies out with you? If so, what kind of reactions have you had? If not, do you think you ever would? Oh, that's a good question. Well, one time my mom came over and she said, you know, there are these women at the pharmacy where she goes that really want to look at your reborn doll. I had Avery, I had Isabel. She was my very first one, and she said, well, one of the ladies there really wants to see your baby. So she and I went in the car. I took my reborn, I wrapped her up in a blanket, and my mom held her in the car on the way there. And we got there, and the ladies just totally fell in love with her. They fell in love with this little one. This is Isabel. That's the one I took. And they could not believe how real she looked. And even the other pharmacists were pretty amazed how realistic she looked. And then a lady came into the pharmacy that we knew, and she says, "Oh, you have a new granddaughter." And I had to hesitate and think, what should I say? And I said, well, she's actually a doll. And she was in amazement. She was totally amazed that she was a doll. She said, "Oh my gosh, does she look real?" So that was the one time I remember that I went out. And I normally don't take my reborns out, or I haven't. But that time my mom really wanted them to see her. So anyway, let's see, what's the next question? Oh, I gotta turn Rose over here. Oh, she's sleepy. Okay. Have you taken a baby on holiday with you? If so, what experiences have you had? If not, do you think you ever would? Well, I'd like to take my reborns to visit family sometime. I really would. And maybe sometime I will, just take one and show them what they look like. And they know that I've been painting these dolls, and I kind of would like to show them how, what they look like, or how I go about painting them and everything. So I think I would love to be able to take them and show them to my family or my dad in Florida. I know I've taken one or two to my sister's house, and she's very accepting of them. She knows that I've always liked dolls, so she's very nice. She's very nice about it, and she even goes to Once Upon a Child with me and helps me pick out outfits for them. So anyway, so that's my answer to that one. Do you change around the babies in your collection a lot, or are your babies, unless you really can't bond with them, in your collection to stay? Well, like I said, my babies are in my collection to stay. I've never sold any of my dolls, of my reborns. They all are special to me. They each have a story. I've painted, some of them I've painted myself, and so they're in my collection to stay. So of course I have to be careful I don't get too many, because where am I going to put all these sweet babies? I might have to get a tub and pretty soon just put some away or something like that. So, but anyway, I love all my reborns. What makes you fall in love with a baby and makes you want to buy it? I think the more realistic they are, the more I love them. I really like the newborn look on reborns. I like the babies that really look like real little babies, like just born. Of course, though, I've got some older ones that maybe would be like 3 months old that I also love, because there's so many clothes out there for 0 to 3 month old babies. But I do prefer the newborn look. I love the newborns. When I was a little girl, I just loved newborn babies. So that's always been how I felt. So anyway, next question is, of all the babies you have now, have had, or have coming, who is the absolute favorite of all time? Oh my goodness, that is such a hard question, because each one has their own little personality, and I just love them. To tell you the truth, I am really impressed with Rose right now. I think when I first painted her, I just loved her little face and her chubby cheeks, and the fact that she's a little more chunky, that she's a chunky baby, and the fact that I painted her. I really love her. I think, boy, the more I look at her, I am so glad I've decided to keep her. Um, and I love her pink cheeks. I know some people maybe don't like pink cheeks, but I think they just compliment her a lot. So I love her a lot. But that is a tough question because I do love all my reborns, all my dolls, just the same in their own way. So anyway, just that they all know that they're all loved. Okay, the next question. What has been the most lovely box opening you've ever had? Well, I've only had one box opening, and that was a little boy. His name is Noah, which I've shown in other videos that I purchased. And he's the Grant sculpt. And I remember getting him, it was like a year and a half ago or something. I ordered him from a Reborn artist. And I remember I could not wait for him to get here. It seemed like 4 days just seemed to go on forever. And I said to my mom, well, as soon as I get the box, would you like me to go over and we'll have a box opening? And she said, wow, I would love to see what you ordered, your Reborn doll. Well, when I opened him, I was in total awe of him. He looked so real to me, and he has blue eyes, and his eyes were open, and I like open-eyed babies, and so I was really thrilled to have him. I was just so excited, and he's a little bigger boy, bigger doll. He's more like 23 inches, 22 or 23. So I could not wait to hold him, and my mom was in amazement to see him too. She really enjoyed watching me open the box, and somehow it's more special when there's somebody else there watching with you or watching you open it. So I was really excited to open the box. So anyway, so I still have my little Noah. Well, what's your most memorable Reborn moment? Oh my goodness, Reborn moment. I think it's when I first saw my very first doll here, this little Isabel, and I saw her at the doll show, and I had never seen a Reborn before that. And it was like the lady, she gave me a really good deal on her, and I was just so excited. I came home, and the next day I was out shopping, and I couldn't wait to buy baby clothes. And yeah, I was so excited, and went and looked for passies for her and baby clothes and everything. So I think that would have to be my most memorable moment. So I want to thank Lulu and Mr. B for this wonderful tag. It's so much fun to make. And I hope you're all doing well, and enjoy. Spring is just around the corner. We know that, even though out east they got a lot of snow. So, but we're all looking forward to spring. And here are my babies. And again, here's Rose, my newest addition. And she is so cute. And I love the name Rose. I think that is a perfect name for her. So anyway, there's little Rose, which I reborn myself. And I do still have 2 babies for sale on Reborns.com. And I'm in the process of making another one, which it's a Leah sculpt. And I'm excited to have her done pretty soon so that I can put her for sale also. So thank you for joining me, and have a wonderful day. Bye.